Okay, so returning to a reading explanation of the rules for Custer's Last Stand 150-year commemoration solitaire game. We were up to the section 9, Cohesion and Exhaustion, and let's see if there's anything that we haven't really covered before. If a leader's counter is pulled and the leader's unit was already destroyed, so if we hadn't pulled, let's say Yellow Nose, he's still hidden, he gets destroyed because Custer gets to move first. You don't have to go look for it. It just is when Yellow Nose's counter is revealed. If he's destroyed, then you just remove it from the game. Okay. Another important point is when spending these things. So when we've touched on this already, but basically you don't pay to just bring the Indian out, the Indian leader and his troops, if he does appear in the game. And then you'll pay for either side 1 cohesion point to do a combination of moving in, then firing, or firing then fleeing, or just firing and not moving at all. Then a second and third and so on and so on cohesion points are spent, so long as you have them available to you, in order to do the re-rolls while firing. Okay, section 10 is the Indian bot. So this section is about a page in the rules that has a series of priorities that help explain how you as a solitaire player should handle the Indian players. And I'm not going to read the whole thing here, but basically in a nutshell, the priorities basically make the Indians aggressive. They're always going to shoot if they can shoot. They're always going to attack the weakest unit. If they can go here or there, and one of them is attacking against a hill, and one of them is not attacking a hill, then they'll go against the one not on the hill, so they get to roll more dice. It basically is whatever option maximizes their chances of eliminating the cavalry units. And there's it even covers if all else is, you can't really do anything else, and the other spaces are filled, it's a pretty low priority, but just get the heck out of the way so that if another Indian leader were to activate, he has a space to come in on, things like that. So it can't cover absolutely every situation that will come up, but it's going to give you a good rules of thumb for playing as the Indians when in a solitaire game. Okay, now section 11 is the option rule, which is Sitting Bull calls off the attack. If you're playing 2-player, in other words, let's say I'm playing as the cavalry, my friend is going to just control the Indians rather than the bot, and then we're going to probably flip sides and then compare our results to one another. If you're doing a 2-player, then you've got to decide at the beginning whether you want to include this optional rule. Obviously, well, I don't know if obviously is the right word, but if you're going to play solitaire, you should probably decide up front if you're going to. Just gives you a chance to kind of end the game early. Now, I'll read this as a small paragraph. If at the start of a turn, if Sitting Bull is still alive, because this is called Sitting Bull calls off the attack, if he's still alive and the 7th Cavalry has 2 or fewer, so maybe Custer and Yates have been eliminated, so we're down to Benteen and Reno, and those 2 are either are limited to Reno Hill, space 15, or exit. So it's pretty much, they've all been pushed down here or fled down to here. If all those are true, you can roll a die, and on a 1, 2, or 3, then the game ends immediately, and all the remaining 7th Cavalry counters are moved to the space exit, and it's assumed Sitting Bull has called off the attack, so surviving cavalrymen will go to tell other white men what has happened here today. So it's also, if you're playing, if it gets down to that point, it might be like, do you really want to play the last couple turns if it's just to play it out, you can just, there's a sort of a nod to a historical possibility that that Sitting Bull would do such a thing, and you can just end the game and not say you quit the game. All right. I'm not going to, there's some other sections, I'll just mention them. So sections that I won't really cover in detail include hints for winning as the 7th Cavalry, the designer notes, and some quotes, and finally a section on special thanks to some individual who helped with the original proofreading. So that wraps up the rules. Again, I would encourage anyone who thinks this is interesting, watch some more of the playthroughs, see the game in action, and if you like it, you have a couple options. You can go to Board Game Geek and find the games listed there. You can put it on your wish list. You can give it a thumbs up. You can like the videos, etc., etc. All that helps. You can tell your friends, but I would also encourage you, if you are on Facebook, to join the Steve's Game Design Diary, and then you'll have access to the print and play pieces or the Vassal module. I understand a lot of people, some people won't have access to Facebook, and some people don't want to mess with print and play. I'm not a big print and play person myself. I'm hoping that we can find a publisher. So spread the word, and hopefully, with a groundswell of enthusiasm, a publisher will recognize that this is an interesting take on the battle. So thank you for watching.